LinkedIn apparently isn't worth the megabytes it occupies on the net. It's full of deceitful and misleading profiles where people go off into fantasy world and invent stories about themselves to make them stand out from the crowd, trying to sell their wares on the net. This, by the way, is not me saying this, although logic tells me that it's quite probably true.
Mm.
Uh, but it's Jackie Smith. Who's Jackie Smith? Jackie Smith is the Minister for Schools in the Education Department of the British government. And she made this comment on BBC Question Time, throwing LinkedIn under the bus to protect her other Labour colleague, Rachel from Accounts Reeves, from being attacked about the very distant from the truth CV, which was posted on her own profile page of that site. So Smith said that Reeves didn't post a CV as such on a profile page, and that profile pages are often sexed up to embellish the person who posted, even though coordinated what was on her profile page before she was found out. So now we know she wasn't an economist. This is Rachel Reeves.
Yes, yes, yeah,
We now know she wasn't an economist, and she didn't work for the Bank of England for 10 years. It was only
yeah.
for half of that length of time. The latest whopper to come out of the press is that she had an article of hers published in the Journal of Political Economy. This Journal of Political Economy is like the Financial Times of economic journals. You know, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
top of the line. That little tidbit was found in a Who's Who's entry, the biographical reference publication. How do you get into Who's Who? You pay your money and you put in your profile, and then you get printed up. They have
Yeah,
a similar thing here in Brazil.
yeah.
It's a magazine called Caras.
Okay, yeah,
And we were approached by Caras, me and Julia,
yeah.
mainly Julia,
Mhm.
because Caras magazine is full of photographs of people lying about in the
Mm.
des res.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
I'm a doctor and I'm fantastic. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, okay, yes, yeah. So,
and we often thought that these people, often celebrities, they must have been approached by Caras to be published in this magazine, but apparently you have to pay for your space.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so consequently, neither Julia nor you nor me were
Mm.
published in Caras magazine because it's just to satisfy our egos, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
cer- I certainly don't have one. And even though Julia might have had, I beat it out of her.
I was going to
But anyway,
say, yeah, yeah, I'd go to that video, yeah, yeah,
so to get a work published, like I said, in the Journal of Political Economy is a
yeah,
very hard thing to do,
yeah.
but not for our age, unless of course she even lied in the Who's Who's page. Well, you can blow me down with a feather. It was, as they say on that telly program, it was a lie. That was on the program Would I Lie to You?
Actually, yeah, another one. Yes, the comedy panel show, yes.
Yeah. The journal, Political Economy, the Journal of Political Economy has no record of any such work being submitted. However, Rachel, together with an ex-colleague, did get a work published in the European Journal of Political Economics. If this Journal of Political Economy is the Financial Times of the economic magazines, this European Journal of Political Economics is like the Beano,
Mm.
right? It's
Okay,
like
yeah,
comic, you know.
yeah, okay.
Uh, and I think it suits our Rachel down to the ground when you think about it. You know,
Oh, yeah, okay.
there you are. That's all
Right.
I've got today.
Well, okay. As you know, I'm quite a fan of LinkedIn. But it's
I know,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
why
Oh,
I
yeah,
set this up.
yeah. But it brings me in well, it enables me to have had some work and found some work in the past and everything. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be a fan. I'm not. I mean, it's a modern way of working. It's like anything else. Okay, I've got a profile on there. Um, Here's a tip for people. Funny enough, next to me, no particular reason. I didn't know you were going to talk about this, but I keep it near me. I have was known in the profession as a brag file. Every certificate I've earned, every professional certificate I've earned or acquired, not acquired as in paid for it, but I paid for it. But I've had to pass an exam that's auditable by the British government, is in this brag file. Yeah. Some interesting things. I'm not going to go through it now. Yeah. Look on my LinkedIn profile and you'll see what I claim to have done. And then I can substantiate it with that. Again, a qualification doesn't mean I'm brilliant at it. It just means I have a license to go and prove myself as being of an adequate standard, if not better. Yeah. I've even got my school exams in there. Yeah. So I go back to the 80s in there as well. So yeah, there's a good history of me. My LinkedIn profile doesn't have everything. It stops off at a particular time. Yeah. And then it might have a general thing of my experience in life. Yeah. In an interview, I'd expect if somebody wanted to experience how would you deal with this situation? What have you done in the past with this? I'd expect to be questioned in an interview. Okay. I've ended up with jobs that I've not liked, and yeah, i.e. the wrong job. Yeah. I soon realised, and yeah, I did things to amend that. Or the job I was being interviewed for wasn't exactly the job I ended up with. Okay, nobody's fault. It's just the way the projects went. Okay, fair enough. That's life. It's an experience. I learned from it though. Yeah. I would never claim to have a qualification I haven't got. I can always tell you experience where I've been. I can even tell you things that I've seen go wrong. Yeah. And maybe there are things I'd have done better in the past. But when you're in the eye of the storm, it's sometimes difficult to see that. But it's all part of life's experience, yeah.
That's why we're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's easy to be where we are and criticize, okay. But to be highlighted as telling downright lies on public places, I think is despicable. And then to actually lie on things that can be easily checked out shows a degree of incompetence, which I'll be quite honest. Okay, politicians are politicians. We know, okay, the nature of their job is sometimes to spin reality sometimes. Yeah, I'm being generous there. I'm very generous with my wording. I understand that. I understand if you're a politician, there used to be a saying, an honest politician is no good to anyone. Yeah. But this lot, they're really taking that expression to heart. Yeah.
This Jackie Smith,
Yeah.
she didn't do any favors for three different entities.
Mm.
One is LinkedIn.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that it's full of charlatans.
Okay, but it's not. She's not selling a lie there. Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The other is Rachel Reeves, because, like you said, anybody who falsifies their profile are despicable.
Yes.
So Rachel Reeves must be despicable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course herself for being very, very unintelligent, are using that argument, thus crucifying herself as not being intelligent, crucifying LinkedIn for throwing it under the bus, and crucifying Rachel Reeves for saying that she's despicable.
Well,
you can't. That's when you say to somebody, stop digging, love.
Well, yeah, but let's look at this current administration. Okay, I mean, I appreciate a manager will stand by his employees. Okay,
but you wouldn't bury them.
No, but he's got a lot to do internally. But let's be honest. Let's look at the manager involved in all this as well. I mean, let's be honest about it. That's it. You've got to shake your head at all of them, on both sides of the divide, I may add as well. Yeah, things we've
Yes,
seen both
yes, of
sides.
course. Yep, yep.
I'm not.
This isn't
Yeah,
yesterday. This isn't from yesterday to today.
no.
It's been for a long time.
Um, I mean, okay, I'm all for rags to riches stories. If somebody's intelligent, they come from here and come up to here. Be honest about it. Yeah. If you started on the shop floor and now you're now a managing director or a minister, yeah, and you've done it honestly, you've gone up there, you stood by your principles as far as you can in politics. You can justify why you've changed your mind on so many occasions. I mean, yeah, being a good manager sometimes does involve having to change or tweak your directions, okay, due to circumstances. Be honest about it. Don't go down telling downright lies to get to position. Um, yeah, it's all right. Some people have got the gift of the gab and they can do it. I don't put Rachel Reeves in that category in any shape or form. Yeah. Some people can naturally get to a position. Maybe they haven't done well in an exam, but they've got the ability to do it and prove themselves. Yeah. Um, they build a
By the way,
reputation.
she's going to be cutting a disablement benefit soon. Just to throw that out there.
Well, I mean, yeah, whatever this government is doing, um, I don't think any of them have an understanding of basic household economics, let alone let alone.
They've got they've got so much money, Mark, these days that they don't need to.
Well, okay, okay. Politicians pay. Yeah, we can argue, do they deserve it? Don't they deserve it? Part of me says yes. Another part, well, it's public service. They choose to do it. Yeah. Trouble is, if you start saying that, then you're going to end up with just the elites in. What am I saying? We've already got people who think they're elite in there. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, only the gentry will end up there. That's the We've had this debate before, and yeah, I do understand it. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd like to do away with politicians totally. Which we're probably in a yeah, given the way that technology is working, we could probably do one day. Oh, did I say something? Yeah, a bit strange, but yeah, you know what's up with that. Um, yeah, I don't need a politician to tell me how to be ethical and how to do business. I think I'm quite capable of figuring that out myself. Um, yeah, it's almost as if they have no respect for us. Oh, the stupid people. It's 1984, Napoleon the pig. It's 90, yeah, sorry, Animal Farm, Napoleon the pig. It's 1984. You will believe everything I told you. How many fingers am I holding up? Yeah. If I tell you I've got this, you have to believe me. How dare you go and investigate? Yeah. That shows a distrust you have. How can I trust you to be a good citizen? Yeah, almost. Yeah. Um, yeah, we've got to blow this lot away somehow. And I mean that on both sides. But yeah, from what I can tell, the bunch we have in charge of our country now are clueless. Um, they are they are following an ideology rather than what's right for the country and right for the people. Yeah. Um, it's a very, very dangerous situation we're in now.
You know, it's like the government. I mentioned the game show,
Yeah.
the comedy panel show. It's like the government is playing this panel show with the public.
Well,
Would I lie to you?
yeah. I mean,
The public are not going to know if they're saying fact or fiction whenever they speak, whenever they
uh,
speak to the public.
well, I mean, that's always a problem. Okay, with democracy. Okay, I'm gonna highlight something that's wrong. That there is an issue with democracy. Every 5 years or so, I'm asked to vote for people who are my employees, whom I consider the most suitable for the job. Yeah. Um, what do I really know about geopolitics? What do I really know about economics? Yeah. What do I really know about education? Yeah. I have to listen to these people talk, as you said. I don't know if they're lying. I don't know if they're competent. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
to find out more about them, I suppose you should go to their LinkedIn profile.
yeah. But Well, I've known for ages that, yeah, I'm always reviewing my LinkedIn. I've taken things out my LinkedIn that I knew I wasn't any good at, yeah, or didn't want to do, yeah. It's a place to do business with. It's a social. It's a business network. Okay, um, people can link in with you. They can ask you, "Oh, will you be interested in this job, this job? Yeah. Um, would you like to be, yeah, an economics advisor to Rachel from accounts? Yeah." To which I put, no, I wouldn't want to be associated with her at all, or anything to do with administration. Yeah.